All right, let's start out by saying Barak Tehawa, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. This is just going to be kind of short, just a couple of precepts. I was just watching, or the name of this one is Adultery Is What? And in the description box, I put in, oh Lord, what the hell is going on? Pretty much, I was just watching this video that the elder Karatazaba in Baltimore put up, and I didn't even get a chance to listen to the brother's response from the madness that's going on. And these two individuals, this one is reading, this one is breaking it down, and they read the scripture in Job. I'm gonna let you hear what they say, and then we're gonna correct that. And you know what? This is Nate's fault, because Nate is the one teaching these guys this, because Nate got his head, hey, I'm gonna say it. Anybody get offended, hey, well, just bounce, get the hell out of here. You know, Nate got his head so jammed up his woman's ass that he cannot see himself ever being with another woman, ever. You know, and this is just total madness. You know, pretty much IUIC is nothing more than a Baptist church, you know, with that know that they're Hebrew Israelites. That's about it. You know. But check this out. Just let you hear it.
If mine heart have been deceived by a woman, come on, for if I had laid wait at my neighbor's
This is in
door,
Job.
then let my wife bride unto another. What does that mean? Show of hands. What does that mean? Let me hear you. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. I can bride unto another. And wife bride into another. I guess she can go ahead and sex with another. Right. He's saying if I lay with another sister, you understand? Let my wife go lay with a multitude of dudes.
Oh, hell no. He said if his wife lays, you know what he's saying, what Job is saying, that if his wife lays with another dude, another man, then let my wife, you know, let me bring that back. Bring that back. Because it's so ridiculous. I can't even fix it in my mouth to say it.
Bride unto another. What does that mean? Show hands. What does that mean? Let me hear you. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. I can right light. And wife bride into another. I guess she can go ahead and sex with another. Right. He's saying if I lay with another sister, you understand? Let my wife go lay with a multitude of dudes.
Wrong. So he's saying that Job was saying that if I lay with another sister, that let my wife lay with other dudes. And then he goes on to say other stuff. But this is the madness that's going on. And this is Nate's doing, because, you know, he's trying to say that the Israelite man can only have one woman. And that's not the truth. So let's get that scripture real quick in Job. This is ridiculous. You have to go back to this romper room, you know, you know, which the milk scriptures are beautiful, you know, but to have to go back to these basic breakdowns, because individuals out there really have no clue of what the scriptures are saying. And I believe somebody put in the comment board that this is happening because these guys do not praise the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that is true. Job 31:9, it says, if mine heart have been deceived by a woman, right? It says, or if I have laid wait at my neighbor's door. Why would he lay wait at his neighbor's door? To commit adultery. And it even speaks about it being adultery. You know, to commit adultery with another man's woman. That's what it's talking about. It says, then let my wife go grind unto another, and let others bow down upon her. For this is a heinous crime. For what? To commit adultery. The scriptures say, he that committeth adultery with another man's wife lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. It is an iniquity to be punished by the judges. And It's just crazy, man. Let's get what, because the scripture say commit not adultery, right? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and 10. Let's see what, because when we read Exodus, the 20th chapter, it says, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But it doesn't explain what adultery is. Now, when we go to Leviticus 20, the 20th chapter, and other chapters in the scriptures, it gives us an understanding of what adultery is. It says, don't commit adultery, but then it also goes ahead and tells you what adultery is. Adultery is not a man laying with a woman. Adultery is if a woman is married and she goes and lay with another man, that's adultery. Adultery is if a man lays down with another man's woman. That's adultery. Not if a man has multiple wives. That's not adultery. All right, Leviticus 20 and 10. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with what? With another man's wife. This is what Job is saying here. If my heart have been deceived by a woman, or if I have laid wait at my neighbor's door. So if he was deceived by a woman to lay with her, knowing that this woman is married. What is adultery? And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. That's adultery. Now let's go from there to the book of Deuteronomy. Like I said, this will be short. Deuteronomy 22 and 22. Okay, so like I put put the Y instead of the U. Deuteronomy 22 and 22. It says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, see? So if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, this is adultery. Now, if the woman is betrothed, she's already promised to that man, that is adultery also. It says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, see, that's adultery. This is what Job is talking about, being enticed by this situation. Being enticed by a woman that's married, trying to lure him in to have sex with her, It says, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. That's adultery. Not a man having multiple wives. That's some Christian plantation dogma, and that is something that Nate and the IUIC have incorporated into that glorified Baptist church called the IUIC. Now let's go from there to the book of Mark 10, because they'll try to use a scripture like this to try to justify, well, look, this is what it says here, and then they'll go to the scripture where it's in First Timothy where it speaks about a deacon and a bishop being the husband of one wife. Yeah, if you're a deacon or a bishop, yeah, because you were supposed to watch over the church. But a deacon and a bishop is not just a title that you just wore, just because you were a part of an organization. A deacon or a bishop were taking care of the church, so they didn't have time to have other women. Because if they would have had more than one woman, they wouldn't have been able to they would have neglected their duties. And that's why the Apostle Paul told them that they shouldn't have more than one wife, because they had to attend to the church, cleaning the church up, making sure things were running properly. They probably had to teach, depending on who the bishop or the deacon was. This is Mark chapter 10, verse 11. It says, and he saith unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her. Now, why does it say committeth adultery against her? This is the key. So he says, see, that means that if he's married to this woman and he has sex with another woman, he commits adultery. And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery. But this is not what that's talking about. Now, to get the understanding of this would be in the case of this gospel of Mark. To get the full understanding of this, we would have to go. Let's get another tab. We would have to go to the book of Matthew, which gives it more clarity. Matthew chapter 5, start at 27. Matthew 25 and 27. You have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Yeah, that's a married woman. See, if you have a married woman that you're looking at and you thinking you could already feel yourself inside her. Sorry, I had to get so graphic with it. You could already, you could already look at, picture yourself, slobbing her down and all of that. That's adultery mentally, right? Now let's jump down to the 31st verse. It said, it has been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. And Yahweh said that this was done because of the hardness of Jake's heart. But from the beginning, it was not so, because once a man and a woman got together, that was a union for life. It says, but I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication. So the only way you could really have put away your wife is if she committed adultery against you. So if you put her away for any other reason than for committing adultery, causeth her, causeth her, causeth her, causeth her to commit adultery. All right. Why? Because a woman can only be married to one man. So causeth her to commit adultery. And that's what is meant here in the book of Mark, the 10th chapter. All right. Same thing. So it says, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her, that is divorced, committeth adultery. That is the true and proper understanding of that. Because if man is allowed to have more than one woman, we're going to get this last precept and close it out on this. This is the book of Exodus 21, and there's many others. Exodus 21 and 7. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maid servant, she shall not go out as the men's servants do. If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, see, he was dealing with her, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange nation, he shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he take him another wife, see, so if he's dealing with this woman and he take him another wife, her food, meaning the first wife's food that he despised, if he take him another wife, her food, meaning the first woman that he was talking about, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage, which is what? Sex, shall he not diminish. So you got a new wife, you pop in your new wife, you all into your new wife, you like the way she feels, you love her, you're all in love with her. But your other wife that you don't like, you still got to give her the duty of marriage, which is having sex with her, producing children. See? So is this man considered an adulterer? No, because a man can have more than one woman. And there's many, I guess, according to Nate and them, Abraham was an adulterer because he had 3 women. He was popping 3 women, you know? Then you had Isaac. He was popping 4 women. You know, you had all different men, King David, King Solomon. I guess they were adulterers because they had multiple wives. You see the madness that these guys are teaching? That's what the scriptures say. A child left to himself becometh willful. It says, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then she shall go off free without money. Yeah, she'll be able to leave because he's supposed to take care of however many wives he has. He's supposed to give them all sex. He's supposed to take care of them, clothe them, house them, and all of that, you know. So that's pretty much it. So these guys, man, this is Nate's fault, but he sees nothing wrong with this, He sees nothing wrong with this. Like I said, you can go to all scriptures say in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. This is, well, see, in that day, meaning in the kingdom. It's going to happen prior to that, but mainly in the kingdom. But there's many other scriptures that speak about multiple wives, speak about men of the Lord, beloved of the Lord, having multiple wives. And that is not adultery. That is, you know what that is? This is that, you know what that is? You know what that is? You know who lives there? Inside joke. You know what that is? I know that shit sounds crazy. You know what that is? That's 1 Timothy 4 and 3. Forbidding to marry. See, So they're not allowing men to marry. Although, the Apostle Paul did say, let's go to First Corinthians real quick. First Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. It says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Because in the beginning of the chapter, the Apostle Paul gave his counsel as to that they should remain as he is, meaning without a woman, because women can be a distraction. But nevertheless, if you can't contain yourself and you need a woman, that's why you should read First Corinthians, the 7th chapter. You can have a woman. But the problem is that when you have a woman, you're going to care for things of the world to provide for your woman, to please your woman. So you're not going to be able to devote your 100% of your time to the Lord. You see? So that's what the Apostle Paul was breaking down here. So it's better if you're not married. But if you do get married, it's better to deal with just one woman, because you're going to have trouble in the flesh, and you're going to also have distractions. And the scriptures speak about this right here, 1 Corinthians 7:35. And this then this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that you may attend upon the Lord without distraction. And women are a distraction. They want to go out, they want to do different things, they want to go shop, and they need time, attention. And if you have a woman, you're supposed to give them. Scripture speak about giving them due benevolence. But dealing in this truth is hard to have multiple wives, but it's not unlawful. And most times it's true when you have an individual that has multiple wives, look at his body of work for the Lord. It's not as dedicated as a brother that may have one woman or no woman. You see? So these guys, man, like I said, what the hell is going on? So I got to finish watching the brother's video. I had put a comment on here. I said, wow. But anyways, with that, I pray that you brothers have been edified. Till the next time I say shalom.